There's a specific moment that shows up around day two of a family visit. Everyone is wonderful. The house is full of people you love. And you find yourself standing in the pantry with the door half closed, eating a cracker in the dark. For no other reason except that it's the only room with nobody in it. And there's a reason your body needs that pantry. And there's one short sentence backed by brain scans that can steady you faster than that cracker. I'm Coach Janet J. And today on your next best step, we are packing a family visit survival kit. Realistic expectations, a graceful way to step out of a room, and a phrase that calms you down on your way back in. Summer is reunion season. The adult kids come home with their laundry and their opinions. The grandkids arrive at full volume. Your sister settles in for a week, and the in laws stay for what feels like a season. Maybe you are the one traveling, sleeping in a guest room on a mattress from 1987. Maybe you live alone most of the year, and the sudden fullness is wonderful and a little loud. However it looks, the pattern is the same. You love these people. And somewhere around the second day, your shoulders climb up towards your ears and you cannot figure out why. Because nothing's wrong. Here's something worth saying plainly. Having a few minutes of air is part of loving people well over many days under one roof. Deep love and real human need for space sit side by side. Both are true at the same time. There's an old letter that speaks right into this. Paul wrote to a young church in a town called Colossae. And in Colossians 3, verse 12, he hands them something to wear. He says, therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Notice the verb, clothe yourselves. Compassion and patience are something you put on, like a sweater you grab on your way out the door. Which means on the morning of a long family day, you get to decide what you are wearing before anyone else even says a word. And there's a tool that makes patience easier to keep on. Researchers led by Ethan Kross and Jason Moser studied what happens in the brain when a person talks to herself in a hard moment. They compared two ways of doing it. One group reflected on something stressful using the word I. The other group used their own name or words like you. Same situation, different pronoun. The brain scans showed that using your own name lowered the early spike of emotional reactivity. And it did this without lighting up the effortful willpower part of the brain. In plain terms, talking to yourself by name created a little distance from the feeling, and it was close to effortless. Later work confirmed the effect holds even when the feeling is strong. So picture that kitchen again. Your mother-in-law has reorganized your dishwasher. Two people are debating politics in the next room, and someone is asking what is for dinner while you are still cleaning up lunch. Your chest tightens, and this is the exact moment the kit is for. Watch how this lands across all four pillars. Mentally, the bracing you do all day, the part of you scanning for the next thing to go sideways, eats energy, and naming that moment eases the scanning. Emotionally, you get to feel the love and the limit together without guilt piling on top. Physically, a full house keeps your nervous system mildly switched on, and 90 seconds of stepping away lets your body settle back down. Spiritually, you have already chosen your clothing, compassion and gentleness and patience. And you can pull a sleeve back up whenever it slips. Here is your next best step this week. And it's 2 short lines that you need to keep in your pocket. The first is the step away line, a warm, low drama way to leave the room for 2 minutes. Something like, I'm going to refill everyone's water. Back in a few. Or, let me go check on something. Give me 5. No grand announcement, no explanation owed. You are allowed to leave a room. The second is the name line, the one straight from research. While you are standing at the sink or out on the porch, you say to yourself by name something like, Janet, you can handle the next 10 minutes. You love them and you need air. Both are true. Using your own name does the very thing the study found. It gives you a step back from the feeling. So as you walk back in, you are steadier than you left. Here's the kit, packed and ready for the weekend. Compassion and patience are clothing you put on before the day starts, straight from Colossians 3. A full house switches on your nervous system, and a 2-minute step away lets it settle. And the name line, talking to yourself by name, is research-backed to steady your own brain in the middle of noise. Love them and give yourself a minute. You are allowed to do both. Next time, we're answering a question I hear all summer long. Why am I so tired when I didn't even do much today? There is a real physical answer, and it will let you stop arguing with yourself about it. If this episode helped you, a rating or review makes a real difference. It helps other women find the show, and I am grateful for every one. I will see you Monday. Take your next best step.